Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today is another day, back with another topic, an exciting topic, and we're talking about you refusing to be ordinary. So society tells us that we're supposed to fit in, blend in, and just conform. But what does God have to say about this? God is so creative. He is a very creative God. And if you look at the butterflies, you see how many different shapes, colors, sizes butterflies are in. If you see the flowers, just how they come in different types, different colors, different shapes, different ways. What more us as human beings? We are created differently. Everybody's different. There are no two people that are the same. Even if you're a twin, you're different. And the way that God wanted you to know that you're different is by looking at your fingerprints. Everyone has a unique set of fingerprints. So regardless of whether you're a twin or not, people like to identify you by your fingerprints. That's why they used to do the thing to identify a person. So you're unique, you're special, you're set apart. And the biggest lie the devil wants you to think is that you're not special, that you're mediocre, you're standard, you're average. That is the biggest lie that the devil wants to tell you. And it's an issue of identity. And the devil doesn't come screaming at you saying that you're average, you're normal. They come in small whispers that sound like it's coming from you. You never amount to anything. You're not good enough. You'll never get married. Look at you, you're fat, you're too tall, you're too ugly. And those are the whispers of the devil. Those are the things that the devil wants to keep in here to make you believe that you're nobody, that you're average, that you're just not worth anything. But that couldn't be further from the truth. That is a lie from the pit of hell, because you're not ordinary. You're a special somebody. You are made in the image of God. And that in itself, without adding anything else, makes you special, makes you unique, makes you wanted, because God himself created you in his image. What greater pleasure is there than to be made in the image of the Most High God? And the devil uses things like the systems around us, the people around us, the institutions, to make us think that we're ordinary, that we're normal, we're substandard. How does he do that? If we look at the national curriculum in the United Kingdom, there is a set curriculum that is set by the government for all of us. And I love this picture here, and I think it's a fair representation. You've got monkeys, you've got the elephants, you've got a fish, you've got a dog, you've got a whale, all being told that the standard of success, everybody has to take the same exam, and that exam is to climb the tree. Now that works for the monkey, but that's not going to work for the goldfish. That doesn't mean that the goldfish is a failure. That doesn't mean that the goldfish is stupid or is dumb. It just means that the goldfish will thrive in the environment in which the goldfish was designed for. The monkey will absolutely get an A star in climbing the tree because it was born to climb a tree. The whale is not going to climb a tree because it wasn't designed to climb a tree. And these are the standards that are around us that tell us that we failed because we didn't pass school. That doesn't make you a failure. That doesn't make you ordinary. That doesn't make you dumb or stupid. It's just, that's not your environment that you were created. And by us having these standards of what success looks like, a lot of us have been set up for failure. And I love the quote, everybody is a genius, but if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life believing that it's stupid. And it's literally the same in our life. How many of us have spent our lives thinking that we're not educated, we're not smart enough, we're not light enough, we're not thin enough, we're not intelligent enough? Based on whose standard is the question. Who told you that you're not smart enough? By whose standard? Is it a man-made standard, by society standard, that you need to get an A star in maths in order for you to be successful? Society will have us saying that we need to be lawyers and doctors and engineers and nurses. And those are great professions. And I'm not saying that they're bad professions in any way, but those are not the standard that everybody should live by. And I can confidently say I studied law. I wanted to be a lawyer at some point in my life, and I went on, did law in my undergrad. So absolute respect to the people that are in those professions. However, when a whale now wants to be a goldfish, that's where the problem is. Every one of us, God has given us seeds of greatness inside of us. He has given us skills, talents. He has made us in a particular way with certain gifts and certain things inside of us that He wants us to produce on earth. So what happens when someone who was born to be an artist or born to be a musician is now studying a law degree or practicing law? Why? Because society has said that's the standard in which success is. No, again, I challenge that. And one thing that God is doing in myself and in the world is challenging these societal expectations of what success looks like. Success looks like walking in the will of God. And there has to be a renewing of the mind, because we've been told our whole lives that we need to do this, and then we need to do this, and then we need to climb up the corporate ladder when this is what success looks like. But no, success to you and success to me is walking in the will of God, walking in the perfect will of God, doing that which God has given us and mandated for us for this world. Everything else is irrelevant. Everything else is absolutely irrelevant. By definition, to be ordinary is to not be special, to be standard, to have no distinctive features, to be normal. What is to be normal? To conform to standards. Whose standards? It is to be typical, to be expected. So we're told we need to be normal. We need to conform to these standards. Who set these standards? Who created those standards? Is that in the will of God for your life? That is the question. And you don't want to spend your whole life working towards something and then get to the end of your life and you realize you're so far from what God wanted you to be doing. And then there's the pain of regret. God is speaking now, and God wants you to know that you are not ordinary, you're not substandard, you're not just a nobody. That is so far from the truth. You are made in the image of God. So this year we're breaking away from the standards of society and from the patterns that society wants to keep us in bondage, to keep us stuck. The standard here is Jesus is the standard. So what is Jesus saying about you? What is Jesus saying about your life? What is Jesus saying about where He wants you to be?